You are targeted. Don't let them take your channel.
Join us live at the Tiki Bar chat.
March 7th, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Protect your AdSense.
Live at the Tiki Bar chat.
Yeah.
Lin, win, Stone, you're mad for this one.
You are targeted. Don't let them take your channel. Join us live at the Tiki Bar.
Welcome to the Tiki Bar, yeah. I want me say, BYOB. I that me say, pure good vibes as soon as you reach. No disrespecting, so watch your speech. 6 p.m. sharp, no hunger belly. Every Saturday, girl, them bring the jelly. Sing out, tiki, 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 tiki. As you arrive, respect each other. Step up to the bar, we are sister and brother. Nobody bring no bad mind thing in our convo. I deal with in the big and show free admission, don't be late. Open door policy, no apology. Winstone and Lynn, your friendly bartenders. Real people here, no pretenders. Nights with friends, no hidden agendas. We talk the things, the red spot the things, them. Make we laugh, joke, cry if we have to. Big people things, turn up if we have to. Welcome to the Tiki Bar, yeah. I want me say, BYOB. I got me say, pure good vibes as soon as you reach. No disrespecting, so watch your speech. 6 p.m. sharp, no hunger belly. Every Saturday a gal and bring the jelly. Sing out, Tiki, 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 Tiki Bar. Sing again. Bye. Welcome to the Tiki Bar. I want me say, BYOB. I got me say, pure good vibes as soon as you reach. No disrespecting, so watch your speech. 6 p.m. sharp, no hunger belly. Every Saturday, girl, they bring the jelly. Sing on, tiki, 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 Tiki Bar. So,
boom! Welcome to the Tiki Bar. Blessed good evening to each and every one. And we always say give thanks to another great rise. We are in the building. We are in the building. We are in the building. I missed you guys last week. Yeah, I had to get in some work. Work schedule changed. So you know where it go. Still got to pay the bills. And we're about to pay the bills now. So welcome to another Tiki Bar chat. Yeah. So we all go over the ground rules real quick. As you know, admission to the Tiki Bar is when you step up into the chat. Make sure you like up the live. Security is going to give you a little armband, right? And that gets you to step up to the bar. Whenever you're ready, you can click on the link, which is pinned in the chat. Let me know if it's not pinned in the chat, and I will pin it again, okay? We are running 2 live streams. So there's the vertical and the horizontal. All right. Me know now I take receipts now when we do this, but we have something for now. So anyway, at any given time, like I said, anybody can join the live chat. Just click on the link. I will add you to the stage and we can join this conversation. At the same time, my people that are in the chat as well, thank you, Ola, that are in the chat. You can respond to questions as well in the chat if you're too scared to come up onto the platform. All right. So blessings, good night. Lynn will be down shortly. She's doing Lynn things, when the macaroni and cheese boss night kitchen things are going. I know so we are cook already. So you guys will see that video sometime either tomorrow or Monday. Because there's a lot of cooking that go on this weekend. I can't give you the secrets there. So as what I say, welcome to the Tiki Bar. We always have great conversation. It's about respect, right? Respect each other. We don't have to agree with each other, but it's more about understanding and respect. If you are new to the channel, make sure you like it up, hype it up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. I will definitely go ahead and give you a, as they say, a little wrench so you can interact with the other people at the bar. Okay. And if you disrespect, you say anybody with that blue against their name, those people will be my security. So once you get check in, you're part of security. I never tell you that, but once you check in, you're supposed to make sure say nobody now misbehave or disbehave themselves. All right. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go into the chat real quick and just pick up who is in the building. So let's see. I got Belt Loop in the building. I got Misha Bless. Bless up yourself, Belt Loop, Misha Bless. I got Tim Mitchell in the building. Workplay, live TV. Bless up yourself. Yeah, man. Sassy E, 1989. Welcome into the channel. If you see me looking to the right, because I got another computer over there that works a lot better than my iPad. So it's like Droid versus Android versus, Apple. But you know, each one of them work different. All right. I got Desert Living, Miss Nina in the building. Who else we got? Big Red Room. Yeah, man. And I appreciate the raid. Yeah, man. Who else we got? Vibes with Sexy Juliana. Welcome into the channel. Let me see if I can find you on my chat here so I can pin you. I got Lions Family. No blessings. Happy poop. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Look, if as I go along, if I missed anybody, go ahead. Lions family blessings, and thank you for the multiple jewels that you're sending here. Yeah, I'm over here checking my phone, so I got multiple things I'm checking just to make sure I don't miss nobody in the chat. All right, Lions family, let me go ahead and get you squared away. Like I said, you can mix and mingle, and usually the first 10 minutes or so, the Tiki Bar is where we interact. You interact with the people, and that's in the room and in the building. I got Ola Joe, blessings. Who else I got? Evangelist Sandra Robinson, welcome into the chat. Welcome each and everybody. It's been a minute. It's been a week. It feels like it's forever. Regina easy. So, as what we say, check in, and then we can start the conversation. Because tonight is a good conversation. And funny enough, I got this conversation. I was on Red's room. So if you haven't linked up with Red's room yet, get over to his channel and support him. And every content creator in here, go ahead and support their channel. But I was on Red's live probably about a week or so ago. And he kind of briefly mentioned some of this stuff about scamming and, you know, this thing that's going on with YouTube with phishing. All right. So tonight we are talking about protection. And you know, one of the other bars, I get on the mind out of the gutter for someone who know. All right. We are talking about protecting your YouTube channel. All right. So we're not talking about phishing scams. We're talking about scams that are targeting YouTube creators, right? Fake brand deals, fake copyright strikes, fake YouTube emails, and these scams are wiping out channels overnight. So I'm sure you guys have heard about people losing their channels just like that, you know, and it's because of phishing scam. And at the end of the day, we put in too much work for just give away channel them kind of way there. So it's behooves you to, and there are multiple videos and stuff that talk about phishing scams. If you work most industries that you work in, they always give you training on how to detect phishing, how to avoid it. So it's not something that's new. If you're in this, not just YouTube, but any kind of social media or any kind of internet connection that you log into, you need to be aware of these scams. Now, phishing, and make sure you drop a padlock in the chat if you're if you're serious about your digital security. So as you can see, it's scrolling along the lower part of the screen there. All right. So if you believe in a security for your channel, just drop a little padlock in the chat. And if you're not computer savvy, just go into your emojis and type padlock. And then just drop it in the chat. All right. So anyway, what is phishing? Phishing, I'm gonna break it down at the simplest form. It's not hacking. Um, they're not trying to break into your system like in the movies. They trick you into handing over the keys. Basically, the keys to your channel, your bank account, any one of those things that are important to you. So basically, you can Google it, but I'm gonna explain. I'm just gonna give it the simplest form. So phishing is when someone pretends to be YouTube, or they pretend to be a brand sponsor, or a copyright owner, or a verification team, or even another creator. And what they're trying to steal is your login credentials. All right. Them called the two FA codes. Your AdSense access, which of course, with your AdSense access, Devil Dog, blessings and welcome. Roxanne British, big up yourself. Welcome into the building. So they're trying to get your AdSense code access, which is, of course, that's how you get paid on YouTube, right? Your channel ownership, your sponsorship contracts, at the end of the day. So what we really want to say is most creators who get hacked, they weren't hacked, they were tricked. Okay? And that's what phishing really and truly is. So basically, at the end of the day, you remember when at that time, and type it in the chat if you remember these days when people wouldn't want to give out their social security numbers, right? Like at the end of the day, if somebody asks you for your social, you're like, nah, I'll give you the last four and that's about it. But gone are the days your social is out there, right? There are so many websites out there now. I'm not gonna say it, but as an investigator, we use those websites to get basic information on people. All right. So at the end of the day, you're trying to get basic information on the person, and then it's like a puzzle piece. You get so many things, so they can get your address, and you can just pay. You can pay some websites. You can pay $1.99, depending on how much information. You can get criminal history. You can get all this stuff on people out there. So that information is already out there. What they're trying to do is they're trying to piece that information together based on what they're trying to get from you. Okay. In this case, we're talking about YouTube. But again, it goes across all platforms as well. So they'll basically pay for, because your information is being sold anyway. Half the time, I know people when they sign up for a credit card or they sign up for this and they sign up for that, the little Temu deals and all these little things, they put it in the, what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody help me out here. That agreement that you sign, right? So they put in that agreement that you sign, and I would say, including myself, 99.9% of people don't read that whole thing that is lined on. They make it long for a reason. So you'd be like, okay, all right, good, boom. Even your computer, when you buy a new computer, it asks you to give it access to all these different things on your computer, and that information is being shared out to people that are willing to buy it, scammers, whoever, big companies, marketing companies. That's how you get your commercials, all these different things, right? So your information is out there, all right? And people, sad to say, are out there to steal your information. Now, the difference between them hacking your computer versus a phishing scam is that they will get the all this different information about you. So now they're trying to verify this information, and depending on what they're trying to get, they're trying to get into your bank account, they're trying to get your AdSense, they're trying to get your channel. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to send you maybe an email saying, hey, we're a brand connect. All right, we're a brand connect, and we're trying to get you to mention our product on your channel, and we just need you to set up a time. All right. So you get on this. And one of the things I will say, when you're doing, just in general, when you're doing business with anything, if your bank sends you an email do not, or if you get an email saying it's from your bank, because they could engineer these emails to look like it's from your bank or whatever institution, right? So make sure you never click on any links in emails that you don't recognize. If you get an email from your bank or what is your bank, go to your actual bank website. Never click on links in emails, that you don't know about at the end of the day. Because again, it is a huge, huge, huge business of essentially scamming. Now, again, it might seem lucrative to you as a content creator, especially as your channel grows, right? As your channel gets higher and higher and higher, you're getting more, emails about, hey, I can fix your channel, I can get you more subscribers, I can get you more views on your channels. And that's what they're doing. They're phishing. So they'll ask you for just the basic information. Again, like I said, most of these people already have majority of information. They just need to put the puzzle pieces together. And at the end of the day, what you need to do is be cognizant that it's probably better for you to reach out to a brand than, because everything for me goes in my spam folder and I read them all the time. And I read them and I'll go do my research. And that's important, right? You need to go ahead and do your research on, is this a legit thing? Because most, matter of fact, I give you well, I don't want to give you too much information yet. So type in the chat. I know for those of you that are content creators in here, which I believe is majority of, or most of you, have you received any emails, or if you want to come up on the chat and have this conversation with me, so I'm not talking and sipping on this water by myself. All right. Green vegan blessings. So type in the chat, have you ever received an email saying that you have, this is a brand connect and we want you to advertise? Just give me a thumbs up if you have, or if you want to come join the conversation, let me know. So I'll wait till you guys to respond to that. Because there's a lot of information and misinformation out there. Vibes says she don't open emails anymore. I mean, at the end of the day, you can still open emails. It's the links. It's that clicking on those links is what's going to cause the problem for you. I see that Green Vegan is in the building. Let me go ahead and get you squared away here, Green Vegan. Welcome in. Yeah, so anytime anybody ready for come up on the chat, just give me a thumbs up if you ever received. And what did you do with that email? Did you respond to it? Or did you just delete it? Talk to me. Yeah, Red say he's gotten emails. So Reds, what did you do with your emails, with those emails from? Because you're getting, as your channel's growing, you're getting all these different things and you're trying to sort through it and trying to figure out, okay, which one is legit and which one is not, And the one thing I can say, I remember Goga mentioned it on one of his classes, that when you do your channels, right, don't use the email that is connected to your AdSense. All right. So write that down. That's what Trini would I say. All right. When you build your channel, I know initially you might use an email and you get monetized, and that's the email you had. But you can always go back in and change that email. So it's good to use another email, because like I said, when I started out, I learned that from Goga. And if you guys haven't logged into Goga yet, make sure you get over to Goga. He's very knowledgeable in these YouTube streets, what's going on with the latest and greatest. So you can actually go back in and change your email to something that's not. So that way it's separate from your AdSense email. Because again, that puzzle that they're trying to put together, they just need certain information. Okay, let me see what Desert said. Desert said, I received email from YouTube saying my content is done really well, and do you want to be a part of testing subject? Whatever that. Absolutely. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to piece together the information that they already have. Yes, I can repost the link there, Tim. Give me 1 second. It should be at the top of the chat, but let me repost it here. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourself. All right, let me drop it back in the chat, and then let me go ahead and pin it back in the chat. All right, so it's pinned again. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can see the pin in the chat. So going back to what I was saying, Sexy Juliana, I'm trying to see why you're not showing up here as being um having a jacket, but we'll get you squared away in a minute. So let's see. Sexy Juliana said, I received an email from a company wanting for me to promote their products, but I don't click on the link. Absolutely. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Um, like I said, I think most of us are pretty competent in recognizing things that are business related when it comes to emails, right? Most times, and sometimes they will make it look professional. But if you look at a lot of the emails that you're getting, they don't have. It'll be like, "Oh, I love what you're doing. I've been watching your channel. I want you to promote my channel and or my product." And Tony Grits,
Yo, go on. You hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, man. I'm just with my son, so I can't. I don't want him running into the screen and stuff like that while I'm on here. But
Okay.
yeah, man, absolutely. No, he's the one he was typing there. He's the one from family that was typing you, and he was
Okay.
sending you all
Okay.
those stickers. I'm like, yo, son, don't run up my bank account.
Look, let him
I
have
didn't,
fun. Let
I didn't
let
even
him
know
have
he was
fun.
doing that, man. Oh my God, Winstone, it's a great topic you're talking about. I don't have much time, but I know this is a solid topic because that's one of our biggest fears: is just waking up one day and our channel is gone, and not by, well, it is because of us not paying attention, right? Clicking on a bad link or whatever the case may be,
Hmm.
especially when you put in a lot of work. And some of us don't save the videos. They leave them on there. Some of us don't have big hard drives. And if we lose those memories, we lose those memories. Luckily, I back up a lot of my stuff. But
Hmm.
there's some people that here just don't have that time or space. And they think that's never going to happen to them. It could happen to absolutely anybody.
Anybody? Yes,
Okay.
absolutely,
And like
absolutely.
Desert Living was saying, the social engineering is a serious thing. We study
Hmm.
this in our workplace all the time. They're always showing us that they'll get to know the person beside you, the person beside that person, the person beside that person, until they piece together everything they need to know, and even use that other person to reach out to you via an email looking like that person, and you think it's all friendly. I know that person, and just click
Hmm.
on the link. These guys aren't playing around. They're getting smarter and smarter, and it's getting harder and harder to detect.
Right.
So
And you're absolutely right. And I'm glad you said that, because and here's the other part of that as well, right?
yeah,
Because we we're in YouTube, right? We're in content creating. And I feel like again, a lot of us do it for different reasons. But once you're monetized, your bank account is now connected to that account,
AdSense. Yep.
right? And once they send this malware, people are looking to, because there's so many facets to YouTube that people don't even realize. Like, people are so concerned about making money off of ads and stuff like that. And there's so many facets out here to YouTube. The brand connect is
Absolutely.
is vast. So you can make more money from sponsorship and promoting other people's products than you probably will making off YouTube. So
That's a
my thing is,
guarantee.
yeah,
That's a
my thing is, if you're
guarantee.
going to think of it as a business, then you should take the necessary steps to protect your business. Like you said, a lot of people don't save. Like, why not invest in the cloud app, so you
Yep.
can back up your information. I go through all the time, and I'll download my previous videos, because I've seen, one of the things, if you lose your channel and now you're trying to rebuild, you don't have none of those videos saved. And like you said, if you're running it as a business, you need to protect your business. That means getting all the malware detectors and everything that you need, because we're on a computer-based program, right?
And anything can happen. Absolutely.
Anything can happen, So once they steal your browser, they don't even need your password to log in, you
No,
know?
they don't. Once they have your browser, that's it, bro.
Yeah. And that's what the phishing email is about. And it's crazy to think there are still people that still fall for these things. And they say
Crazy
if
to
it's
think that people are saving their passwords on their computers. Another thing.
well, well, you can. And
Be careful
again,
with that.
it's about how you protect your information, right?
Yeah.
So there are multiple there are multiple programs and companies out there that will protect your information for you. I
And
mean,
then you hear
literally.
about a leak, and then you hear about a leak 6 months from now saying, "Oh, we've been hacked. There's certain people's information have gotten out, and now you have to go change your password
Right.
again." You got
And
to be careful of that too.
that's the reason why you back up your stuff.
Yeah,
You all that stuff out there, you got to set it up to where it's backed up constantly. You know, it's just like in the government, they require you to change your password every 60 to 90 days, right?
yeah. And
The
the thing
average,
is the characters are going up now. I remember when I first started, it was only 12
yes.
characters. I think
Now
now
it's
we're
like
at
15.
16.
Yeah,
Yeah,
15
yeah.
and up, right?
And you try to remember that daily. It gets really confusing after 3 months. You got to change it again. It's crazy. These
Hmm.
guys aren't playing around.
Right. And it's frustrating that you have to do it, but it's for your own protection, you
And the
know,
company's protection. Yep.
and the company's protection as well, you know. So a lot of times, you know, you get an email saying this, and this. Sometimes it's just good to just pick up the phone, especially if it's like something that says from your bank, right? And if you notice, your bank sends you a warning. Your bank always sends you an information that we will never ask you for information, right? One,
Yep.
because they know they already have your information. So why would someone call you and be like, I need this information about you? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So let me see what Desert says. Notification from YouTube Studios, an official invitation for selected creators to participate in their feedback and research program. It seems
But that's an
you've been at
official email through
but
YouTube.
right, right. And you kind of know which ones are the official ones versus the ones that are not. But even then, you still have to
Tread
be
lightly.
careful.
Tread lightly.
Right. You still have to be careful because these people are looking, they're fishing, and they are very good at what they do. I mean, there are
Listen,
networks of these people that's all they do all day, every day. You
listen. This
know?
person could even work for YouTube and they don't even know it, and they're sending out the information to their friend. Them.
There
Trust
you
me.
go. There you
Trust
go.
me. Trust me.
You know what they call those in our industry?
What's that?
Insider threats.
Insider threats. Yeah, man.
Insider threats. So, within my job, we're required because I work for the government. So within my job, we have to do that training cyber awareness. It's like every year. We have to
Yeah, I
do
get it.
cyber,
I get it all the time too. It's no joke.
right. And if you don't do it, they cut off access to your computer, you
Yes.
know. So,
Yeah.
but how many people in the general public actually do that every single day? Not many.
Not many. Not for the people that don't work for companies who have a lot to lose, right? So
Right. Right. And that's what I said. You perfect point that you make. Now this YouTube is your company, right?
it technically
so,
is.
so you need to protect your company. You know what I'm saying? You need to protect your company. So at the end of the day, I've heard a lot of people say, I just use an iPhone and make my videos, and you know, I don't want to pay for this app, or I don't want to do this. At the end of the day, you have to spend money to make money, and you have to spend money to protect your business as well. And once you take this thing seriously, and again, you don't even have to take it seriously, because once you're monetized, you have now given YouTube access to your banking information, right?
Absolutely.
So you need to protect that as well. Uh, Let me see what workplace at. Workplace that have a bank account for just collecting, and as soon as they drop money in the account, it's shipped off to a different bank. Okay, I mean that's a good way to do it, but they can also hack into that. So at the same time, you still need to protect that asset as well. Let me see. Desert Living says studio as a valid creator. Oh, I think Desert's just cutting and pasting what they sent her. As a valid creator in our community, you're invited to provide feedback on the impact YouTube has of your life. So in that case, what would you do? Probably go to your YouTube studio, right?
Yes, you'd have to go to your YouTube studio and go to that link directly in YouTube.
Right. Versus clicking on the link in that email,
Yes.
right? Because that's what they're doing. Now, here's the crazy part that a lot of people. So, has anyone ever gotten an email saying, "Oh, you've been offered this loan or this credit card, and you need to give them a call back, or even a phone call, like a voicemail"? Because has anyone ever received any one of those?
I
Because
get
I'm
all
a
types of stuff like that, man. All types of stuff like that. But
high
it
season. Go
becomes
ahead. Go ahead.
we get them every single day, man. And the good thing about the phone that I'm using is it allows me
To
to
the
see
moose.
what's incoming
To the moose.
and what I can do to stop them from even calling me. So it works for me. I don't get them as much anymore though. So it seems to be working.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing about those. What they do is a lot of times, like I said, they already have most of your information. They try to get you on the phone sometimes to try to get you to say certain things like
Like
yes,
yes, yep, yes,
no, in certain things. And what they can do is they can record your voice and now go into your, say, for example, credit card account. And I mean, this is scripted, right? So they're looking for basic words that they need from you. So they'll go in, they'll get those words, and
yep,
once they get it, they don't need anything else from you. They just go to your bank account, and now they can change your PIN, do all the things they need to do, and boom, all your stuff is gone. You know what I'm saying? See, Green Vegan said Chase Bank said someone charged on my account. I don't have a Chase card. Exactly, right?
that is the funniest ones. Those are the funny ones when they try to contact you. You don't even have that product.
Right,
It's
exactly,
crazy.
exactly. And I'm like, be okay when it comes to that sometimes. I used to do it. I don't do it anymore because once I found out what they're trying to do as far as getting your voice recorded. But I used to call them back. I remember I called this scammer back one time, and this dude was mad at me. Like
Oh wow.
I was I was on him, and he hung up on me, and I called him back, and I was on him.
That was for what, the IRS
Oh yeah.
scam?
So that was the IRS scam. Um, so if you guys ever uh you guys probably hear about the IRS scam. Right now, one of the bigger scams that's going on here now is speeding tickets, right? Or in Maryland and a lot of parts of the northern states and some parts of the southern states,
Well, let's
they
hear about it.
have they have tolls. So they have toll
Okay.
booths. And basically, what they used to do is you had, as you were going through different states, you'd have to stop at the toll booth, pay your toll, unless you paid through what they call an easy pass, right? The easy pass would just let you have to drive through, and they would just automatically charge it out of your account. What they have done recently is they have gotten rid of the tolls, and what they've done is now you pay by tag, right? So what it is, the camera reads your tag, and then it will send you a bill. Or if you're paying, you still have the easy pass, so you still can drive through. So it'll just automatically come out of your account. If you're a person that normally pays cash, what it would do, it would just read your tag, send you the bill in the mail. Well, the scam now is you have people that are sending you emails that says, hey, you have a speeding ticket and you need to pay it immediately. So that's a red flag in this sense, because most government agencies won't say you need to pay it immediately. All right. So if you're taking notes, that's a red flag. When they say pay it immediately or you're going to jail, yeah, that's a red flag right away. Um, and again, it's kind of funny. There's a guy called me from said he was from the IRS, and he's like, "Can I get your social security number?" And I was like, "Well, you're the IRS. You should have my social security number." So it's just one of those games, but they follow a script. And if they see they're not getting through to you, then they'll bring in another person that's more versed at trying to get your information. They got the closers.
Yeah.
They call them
Yeah.
the closers. And there's actually I can't remember the name of the show, but there's actually a couple of shows that are on YouTube that they actually go around and basically they hack into scammers' computers and shut them down. So if you look it up, I can't remember. There's one
I think
one or two of them
I
that I've
think I
seen.
actually saw one of those where they actually turned on the scammers' cameras while they were working in their office,
Yes,
and they
yes,
showed
yes.
everybody. They
And
showed
started
everybody
talking
that
to
was
him.
scamming.
Yeah, started
Yeah,
talking to him through the cameras on the computers. Yes, absolutely. You know, but at the end of the day, like I said, they already have most of the information. That's what the phishing is all about. Is that they're trying to piece together the puzzle. So they're trying to get the rest of the information so they can, get into your channels. All right. So there's also the scam of copyright strikes. Has anybody ever received scams for copyright strikes? Hi, Classic. So
yes, of classic. Welcome in.
type in the chat if you've just give me a thumbs up if you ever received an email saying that you have a copyright strike, and basically the email says your channel will be permanently deleted in 24 hours. Has anyone ever received any email like that? Rez, you?
No, I haven't gotten anything like that yet.
So those are
Yet
some
is
of the other.
the keywords.
So
Mama
what
Len, big
they're
up yourself, by the way. Mama Len, big up yourself.
Hello.
so what they're trying to do is put you in panic mode. All right, because especially if you have if you have a, again, it doesn't have to be a big channel. I mean, there's small channels that some make more money than bigger channels. All right, so it doesn't have to do with the size of your channel. Get it out of your mind. Doesn't have nothing to do with the size of your channel. Okay, all right. The banana just talked. So
Oh my gosh.
Wordplay Live is saying one of the good shows is called Scammer Payback.
okay, yeah. So there's a few of them out there. There's a few of them out there. Right. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to put you in panic mode. So now you're like, okay, let me find out what's going on with this. And again, just like your bank, it's it's better to call YouTube. But what happens when you call YouTube?
You're not getting anywhere,
You're
man.
not getting anybody, right? So they also play on that because now you're not going to sit there for hours and hours um on the phone, right? As your grandmother used to say, you're on the phone running up the light bill. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a cell phone. you know, see, Tim said it was copyright strike he's gotten he deserves.
He deserved it. Nice one, Tim. At least you know where your limits are. That's a good one.
So they put you in panic mode and they want you to respond as quickly as possible. So now you're like, okay, what do I do? Do I go on this link or do I call YouTube, or you know what I'm saying? And that's what they're playing on. The thing for you is not to fall for that. And again, sometimes they catch you at the right time, or should I say, in your case, the wrong time.
Yeah.
And you're not even thinking, especially if you're expecting something, right? So, say for example, what has been the big thing that's been going on lately with
Definitely the delivery
strikes?
services.
Well,
The
the
music.
music, right? So with
Yeah.
strikes, the music has been a big thing that's been going on recently. I've had a lot of songs that I've used, even YouTube approved songs that I've used that I've gotten strikes for,
Yeah, I
right?
got one the other day too myself.
Right. So you think about that. So I've gotten like 6 or 7 back to back to back. Of
That's
course,
crazy.
YouTube has made it so you can just go into studio and basically you can clip out that segment or you can clip out that song, right? But if so worried about, you're in that panic mode, you're so worried about losing your channel because you've gotten these strikes, you might click on that link, because you're in panic mode. And it was something that you've seen already, right?
Mhm.
So you're expecting it, right? Or if you actually, like Tim said, Tim had a legit um, strike that he knew what that was happening that he deserved. But while Tim is dealing with this issue, one of the scammers comes in and be like, "Hey Tim, we can sort you out." And now Tim is like, "Oh, okay, thinking it's YouTube, I'm good to go." Because he's expecting an email from YouTube saying, "We're trying to help you to get your channel back up and running," right? So they're playing on your sympathies and your emotions. So you might fall for that trap.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go down here. So
So
Go
Good.
ahead. Go ahead, Reds.
I'm gonna step down because I got my little boy to look after, but I'm in the chat though. But thank you for having me
Okay.
up, and this is a great topic. Let's keep it moving. And guys, don't be afraid to talk in the chat, and do not be afraid to click the link. This is a safe space, and it's a great space to speak your mind. Okay, guys. The win is offering you guys an opportunity to come up and chat. Let's utilize this tool. It's a great tool for learning. Okay, guys. Stay blessed. I'm in the chat in the meantime.
Yes, Reds. Respect. So, like Red said, whenever you're ready, anyone, especially my content creators, you can come up and have a convo with me. Respect, Reds. Thanks for checking in. All right. So, I'm just going to keep it rolling because, I like to keep it within that 2 hour time frame, 1 hour and 30 minutes if possible, which I haven't done yet. The lives used to be about 4 hours, but so one of the things, one of the red flags you have to check is like the sender's email, right? They kind of give themselves away sometimes. And if you're actually paying attention, you can kind of tell if it's from YouTube or not, or from a bank or not. So, for example, the sender says the email says real YouTube emails come from at youtube.com or at google.com. So if it says YouTube support team 123 at gmail.com, that's probably not YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have that IP address to actually use that at google.com or at youtube.com. So they will say support team at gmail.com, or, AdSense team at whatever email that you're using, because that's the one that they control. So that's the one thing they can't, unless they specifically, if, as Red said, if the person actually works at YouTube and is scamming you out of the office. And I'm pretty sure YouTube would be able to kind of figure them out, at that point. Let me see the moose. The moose said I had to change a card. Yeah. And that's the thing, and we're just specifically talking about YouTube, but it goes across all platforms, right? Just like Desert sent the same thing we're talking about, the fake sponsorship software test, right? This is how like the bigger channels get taken. I was trying to get a huge YouTuber to come on here. And he wasn't, I'm not going to mention his name because he's not here. But he was scammed out of a lot of money. So here's another thing about these scams, right? What they'll do is they'll bait you in. All right. So say, for example, you decide to click on that link. Now you're connected with this person. So what they do is they're going to bait you in. They're going to say, okay, we're going to make you some money. All right. So then they'll make you some money. They'll make you some money. And what they're going to do is they're going to send you a little bit of return. You're like, oh, this is legit. I made some money. And as you make money, they're going to ask you for more money, right? So now you're going to invest more back into it. And they might even do a second or a third time, depending on how much you put into it, right? Then guess what happens? It's going to be that. So now you're getting returns, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, we need 10 G's, and you're like, man, I put $10 in, I got 100. The second time I put 100, I got 1,000. So now you're kind of rolling in the dough. You're like, all right, this is legit. I'm gonna go ahead and send the 10 G's. And they're trying to, at each step, they're trying to see how much they can get out of you, right? So now, because remember, you're not the only person they're scamming, right? So now they have hundreds, maybe sometimes millions of dollars they can just kind of use to bait you in. And based on your assets and how much money you have, which like I said, they have a lot of your information already. They might say, okay, let's see if we can clean you out completely. So now so you send that 10 G's and they're like, all right, 20 G's. And it also depends on your greed as well, too, right? Because as you're making money, because at the end of the day, say you got up as far as 10 G's and they gave you 20 back. And you're like, boom, I'm done. I'm out, right? You just got them, So luckily you got them. All right. And again, it's based on what they know about you and how much money they think they can get from you or how much money you have. So they'll keep going until they get as much as they can. And then just as soon as they get what they can out of you, boom, they're out of there. All right. Let me read some of the chat. So the moves is saying hi to Reds. Desert saying crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. Desert say if I ever clicked on one of those phishing scams, it would not be good. I think government contracted companies are constantly under attack. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. What it seems that someone call the police.com. Bill, welcome in, my friend. Thanks for being here. And like I said, family, the chat is pinned up top. So anybody that wants to come in and join the conversation, you don't have to hide in the bushes. I don't bite. Lynn's the only one that bites, but she only bites me. So Jan, hi Jan. Jan says she deletes those emails. Yeah, and that's honestly that's kind of the best way to do it. If you have a spam folder, it's good to do that. Especially it's not just emails, it's phone calls too, right? Same thing we talked about them trying to get you to say certain things on a call. Like, with iPhones, I don't know about Android phones, but with iPhones, you can set up your phone to where if someone's not in your contact, it automatically goes to voicemail, right? And for the most part, most phones are scanning for what are called spam calls anyway, right? So you'll see it on your phone that it'll say potential spam. I know for iPhone, I don't know for Android if it's the same, but there we go. The banana lady. Hi, Chef Civi.
Hey, the
What's
banana,
going on?
is it a banana free zone today or
No,
what?
no, no. The banana's here. Banana's here. How you doing?
Oh, I suffered a work injury on Tuesday, so I'm out of work for a little while.
Oh, sorry to hear that. That sounds like a little mini vacation
Yeah, kind
or
of is.
or staycation. Depends on how you look at
Yeah, except for I can't sleep.
it. Well, that means you can relax and get some rest, and because they're gonna put you to work when you go back to work anyway. So yeah,
Yeah,
take the rest. So
yeah,
how you feel about this fishing thing? Have you come across anything like that within
yeah, yeah,
YouTube?
yeah. I have had quite a few of them, and um, it's it's kind of scary because it's like how many people are they targeting that are especially ones that are not very
Technologically.
technologically savvy or
Mm-hmm.
older and they don't know any better. Had to slap Timmy's hand a few times when, oh, my bank account got shut down. You know, a few times when he's purchased something that he shouldn't have, and it's like
We're not gonna ask what that is.
no bananas were harmed in the making of this. But no, it's just sad because it doesn't take much to find out if they're bad emails
Mm-hmm.
or not. You can there's several reputable websites online where you can just um, forward a copy of your email that you got and they'll run it through the run it, oh, let's see here.
Run a scan on it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not even sure if Spam Cop's around anymore, but oh yeah, Spam Cop. There it is. Um, Yeah, and it's free, and that's the one that I used for quite a while. And you just
Can you drop that in the chat, or have Tim drop that in the chat? What's it called?
spamcop.net.
Spamcop.net.
Yeah, it's been a
Okay.
while since I've used it, but you go in and you hit the report spam button,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see here. Just God, it's been a long time since I've read this damn or been on this site because it was shut down for a while. They
Mm-hmm.
just didn't want to deal with it, but um, you can if you view the full header of your email that you've got, you can see and you know what you're looking for. You can see if it's fake or not.
Mm-hmm.
Always look at the from email address and look at it very closely because there's certain letters that can be replaced with numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta just be very careful with that.
So like a zero can look like an O, or an O
Yeah,
can look like, or vice versa.
right. And one of the ways that you could try to determine, is that really a L, or is that a capital letter I, or is that an O, or a zero, or a
Mm-hmm.
one, or whatnot. You just make a copy of the or do a copy and paste
Paste.
into a Word document and change the font
Mm-hmm.
to something
Oh.
that's like a cursive letter font,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll see
It,
it.
it'll see.
Um,
It'll tell you what type of correct lettering of what it is.
right, exactly, and you'll be able to see that. Also, if you look in the header information of the email, you can see where the link is actually taking you to, and if it's not YouTube, and it's not HTTPS,
Mm-hmm.
um, then disregard it. Go and look in your studio and see if there are actual copyright strikes um,
Right.
before you even open an email like that. But spamcop.net's a really good one. It's been a while since I've used it. Like I said, um, they shut down the website for a period of time, and um, it's back now. I had forgotten all about it, but um, yeah, always view the header information and the body, and look in the body. You'll see, like, if they give you links or something, it'll show you, especially if they're numbers, like 17.256.11.69 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, don't click on it.
And it's interesting that, like you said, if you're not paying attention to the just a simple thing as the HTTP versus HTTPS, right?
Yes. Yes.
Most people are not even looking for that. Like you said, if they're not technically or computer savvy, that might be something that they overlooked. So at the
Right.
end of the day, there are things in place to protect you if you know what they are, right? And if you're paying attention to it, you know. Again, there's a lot of people on here that just come on here and it's like, oh, I'm on YouTube, I'm making money, let's go. And then, you know, little scammers in the back, like, all right, looking over your shoulder, like, okay, all right, cool, okay, all right, and then they got you, you know. So,
Or you have somebody else set up your account.
oh, there you go. Hold on, I gotta take my little break. Come on in, Lynn, cause Lynn about to break it down for y'all. Lynn got some security background too, so break it down for me. Oh, okay. Talk for the people that.
You have some people who may not know how to set up their own account, so they get assistance from somebody else, and you provide them with all your information. And later on, your page might get stolen. Um, a good way to help protect your account is using two-factor authentication. That way, when you're using two-factor authentication, you might have your password, but even if someone steals your password, whatever that second authentication is, um, they still have to get past that in order to get into your account. Um, That is a real good security feature to use on your account. If you are not using it, I highly recommend it. Also, getting a good antivirus software like Norton, McAfee, help do your scans, um, either daily, weekly. Um, that'll help so you know if you have malware. Um, but those are the two biggest things that I could recommend for anybody as far as security related actions to take.
And you guys understand. Give me a thumbs up if you understand what she's talking about. The two-factor authentication. Do you guys give me a thumbs up in the chat if you use that? I'm back. It's tight behind the bar here. It's tight.
Yeah, two-factor authentication is definitely necessary in this day and age.
So the Moose say he uses it. Tim uses it. Yeah. And there are multiple ways to use a two-factor authentication, right? Because um, Google, for example, Gmail, for example, when you log into your different accounts, it uses your two-factor authentication. One, it can send you an email that you specifically have to verify that it's you. You To me, it's better to have one that's on the computer and one that's off the computer, i.e., your phone, right? So if someone has access to your email, then they can easily say, yes, it's me. Or if you have it on your phone, then that code will come to your phone, and then you have to verify that that is you via your phone. So of course you would get that code directly to your phone via text message, and you could verify that way. So I do recommend, if you use two-factor authentication, don't use the same platform, right? Always use two separate means. So basically you have your computer that is going to go to saying, is it me? And if you click on yes, then it sends you a text message to your phone that says, here's the code. If it's you, input this code. And only you have your phone, unless like Tim takes Chef Civi's phone, when he's on like bigbanana.com, and he doesn't want Chef Civi to know.
Mm-mm.
And Chef Civi's like, what is bigbanana.com?
No, 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 no. I wouldn't even. If Timmy was doing that, I wouldn't even question it. I'd be like, oh, okay.
He- As he says, he deserves it, right?
Yeah, exactly. What annoys me about two-factor authentication, though, is that I've got 3 tablets
hmm
and my cell phone. And if I'm at work and I'm trying to log into my Google,
You
hmm
can't.
You can't.
I can't because it always sends it to one of my tablets instead of to my phone, and it's so damned annoying.
hmm
Um, so you have to go and hit try another way, and it'll give me a QR code that I can just hit it with my phone, and it's like, then I can get in. And sometimes it won't even let me have that, which pisses me off.
Right.
Um, but
And the
at the
QR
same,
code is another good one too.
yeah,
But
yeah. Except for you have to be careful with QR
Yeah.
codes because
that too, yeah, because
they're
they can be
spoofing those
duplicated
now
very
too.
easily. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it could end up going somewhere else. So be very aware of what you're shooting your phone at when it comes to QR codes,
hmm
especially out in the wild. You go and look at you go to use one of the parking meters or something in downtown Seattle, and it's cashless, so you have to shoot your phone at the QR code. Somebody can easily just go along and just stick their own QR code on there, and basically hit your bank account for whatever.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but what really irritates the hell out of me is when you're going to look at the original message in Gmail, to look at the header information and everything else that's inside that email. You can't do it from a phone or a
hmm
tablet. You have to actually do
Do
it
it
from a
from a
from a
computer.
from a computer system. It
Mm-hmm.
just drives me nuts because it's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna wait until I get home before I open that
Yeah.
email.
And that's protecting your brand. That's it. Can you wait? Can you? Is it that important that you can wait to get home? Yes, absolutely.
Exactly, and
Especially.
then yeah, and then texting Timmy, don't open that email. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You got you gotta let Tim know before you.
because he goes into my email from time to time to go and deal with stuff because it's like we got off topic squirrel, we got laughing warthog, we got Munchie Mafia, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so and he's got his own laptop, but I've got my laptop and my desktop computer.
Mm-hmm.
So we got three computers, and I think we're at 5 or 6 tablets now. It's like
Woo.
it's just ridiculous. Of course, two of them can't get on a YouTube because they're crippled. But it's like just stay. Don't open anything, or
Yeah.
don't open that one. And I'll shoot a picture of it from get a screen cap of it, and then mark it up and say don't click on this
Don't click
until I
on it.
get
Yeah.
home. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's another security feature that you can use, and it's a hardware security key. So if you're really serious about protecting your brand, you can get a physical security key.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
right. So if someone doesn't have that, they're not getting in. You know,
Right.
and there's also the facial recognition that you can use on your phone. Right. Um,
Your fingerprint.
your fingerprint. You have the thumbprint that you can use. That's pretty hard for somebody to get unless they snatch your fingers. Randomly.
Yeah, but I can't use the thumbprint or the fingerprint because I'm always cutting or burning my fingers. It's like one time I couldn't even clock in. We had a fingerprint scanner for a clock, for a time clock at one of my old jobs. It's like I always had a burn on my finger or a cut on my finger, and I could
Hmm.
never clock in or clock out. And the next thing I know, I'm getting called into the principal's office, getting a write up because I didn't clock in and clock out. And I'm like, look, I told you that you only allow us to have one finger in this stupid machine, you know, and I cut that finger. So give me a break. Look, see, there's a bandage on it.
Right.
Do you not remember this conversation because you sent me to the emergency room and then sent me for a drug test?
so
Come on.
Trini brought up a good point. You can also use VPNs as well. Um, and Red said to ask, "Are you a spy?" She wouldn't tell you that, Reds. Civi's a ninja. She can't. Ninjas don't tell. You know that already.
Oh yeah, I used to work for the Department of Corrections, and that's another thing is I couldn't take my I couldn't take one of the digital keys to work anyway. When I was working at the jail,
Right.
you couldn't plug anything into the USB ports.
Yes. Yes.
Not
So
into your work
Yeah. That's the same thing for
your
us too.
environment.
Right. That's the same thing for us too. You can't plug any external. You can't even use a disk anymore in government computers. So
yeah,
I totally understand that. You know. So
Another thing is if you lose your phone, make sure you have a password
yes.
or some way to lock it, just in case it's lost, stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you keep your bank information or any other your passwords on your phone, they'll have immediate access if it's unlocked.
Yep. And there's a lot of people that have their credit cards on their phones. You see it all the time. People use their phones to pay for food and grocery stuff and whatever they're buying at the store. Because especially with iPhones, I mean, I know it's for both Android and iPhones, but you save your credit cards into your wallet and you lose your phone. There are ways, even though they say iPhones are secure, there are ways to get into your iPhone um, without, for example, uh, the camera on an iPhone, right? You don't need to have a password to use the camera on your iPhone. So someone could easily, if you lost your iPhone, somebody could take your iPhone. All you have to do is swipe, and then these newer iPhones now, there's a camera button on the side. So is now they've actually built a camera button right here where even if my phone is locked, I don't need to unlock my phone. And of course, they can use that to scan QR codes for different things as well, right? And because your information is already saved on your phone, unless you have that two-factor authentication, i.e., facial recognition, they could possibly be purchase stuff with your phone. So, kind of something else to think about.
Yeah, and also if you have an Apple and you actually have the Apple credit card, it
Mm-hmm.
automatically gets saved to your digital wallet,
Mm-hmm.
whether you want it there or not.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I have not figured out, how to take it out of there, short of completely removing the digital wallet. Because I do keep some things in my digital wallet, but I don't like my credit cards and stuff being in there. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like it. Because yeah, it doesn't take much at all to
To get into it.
yeah, to get into it.
Mm-hmm. And Desert Living says it's really sad the world has gotten to this point of scammers and hackers of all kinds of people trying to steal your identity. Give me
Oh,
1 second here.
I had my identity stolen.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of people that got their identity stolen over the years.
Well, during COVID, when we all got shut down, I went and filed for unemployment like I was told to do, because I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't go to work because work was closed down, and they were and I got a piece of mail
Mm-hmm.
from uh, from unemployment saying that there was a collateral attack on my unemployment check,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what the hell? And I look at it, and it's like offices of child support,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't owe any child support. I'm like, good God, I'm in my 50s and my kids have been long gone out of the house. What kids do I have? So
Right.
I had to go and prove to offices of support enforcement that I was not some dude by the name of whatever um, that worked as a sprinkler technician in in the next county over. I'm like, I've never worked in sprinklers.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell's this all about? And so I had to give them proof that one, I'm not male, and two, they're not my kids, and three, that's not me. And so I thought that we got it all taken care of, and so I was owed all the back unemployment, and then I get another letter again, yet again, and I'm like, what the hell now? And it's like they did a collateral attack again, because it's like, why can't you guys freaking communicate with one another? That's not me, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
It took four months to get that resolved,
It's
and I'm like,
crazy.
I'm
It's
not the dad. I'm not the dad.
it's crazy how when it's actually you, how harder it is for you to prove that it's not you than it is for a scammer to prove that it is you.
Yeah, it's like,
It's crazy. It's crazy. So,
physically impossible for me to impregnate anyone. I've never had those bits.
well, I don't know. You got that banana, so maybe that it was the banana.
Well, then take it out of the banana's ass. It's like, God dang. That was just ridiculous.
So it's kind of funny. I'm glad Trini mentioned that because that's one of the things I was going to talk about as well. So Trini said iPhone, you can pay through gift cards instead of your actual card. So that is another big red flag when it comes to scamming, right? When someone is telling you to go to the store and get a gift card to make your payment, that is a major, major, major red flag that it is a scam. Because at the end of the day, banks or any other financial institution won't ask you for a gift card. And one of the things is about a gift card is that once you give them that PIN number, and they take that money, it's gone.
Yep.
There is no tracking it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a major red flag. If somebody comes on, sends you an email or whatever, whether it's a parking ticket that you owe or you need, one of the scams they have out there is that you're supposed to report to jury duty and you're being fined, and we're going to send the police to your house, which no government agency does that. No legitimate agency says we're going to send the cops because you owe money. At the end of the day, if you're thinking about it, if you owe money, what do they do? Even with your credit cards, they just put it on your credit report. Right?
Yeah.
At the
Right.
end of the day, you either pay it or you don't. If you don't pay it, it shows up on your credit report. So if you're willing to take that chance, then take that chance. You know. Let's see what Trini says. I think being online itself is dangerous. We all take chances just being in the digital space. These things never existed before the internet. And it's sad to say it's the world we live in. It's not gonna go back to what it was. So at the end of the day, you just have to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like saying, before condoms were invented, nobody got pregnant, or everybody got pregnant. Now they got condoms. so so you got to use them, you know. So it's at the end of the day, it's just being aware of what's out there, because like I said, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And again, if you're on these especially these social media platforms, I feel like they're a lot more open than than the other spaces. Bank accounts, I think people are a little bit more skeptical when they get an email saying this is your bank. um in a platform like this where there's the opportunity for you to make money, you're gonna more a lot of times jump at that opportunity. So it's just to be. You see what Train said? No, I mean using it as payment method when paying for stuff. Oh yeah, I mean if you're just Trini, you're a scammer, because a scammer alone use credit card or gift cards. Yeah, I'm just joking. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, if and not everywhere accept gift cards, but at the end of the day, like I said, Trini, if you lose that money, you lose that money, right? So if for example it's one of these phishing or scamming websites, yeah, you might, if they say send me $100 and you say okay, I'm going to use a gift card. Yeah, in some senses that will protect you, because at least they don't have access to your bank account, right? Um, so at the end of the day, that might be a quick security measure, not a long term one, but at the end of the day, you're gonna keep losing money that you can never recover. You know, so it's like PayPal. PayPal is actually a good uh, platform to use for transactions, because PayPal, and I'm not advertising for PayPal at all. I wish PayPal, if you're watching, hook your boy up with a but no, I use, it's even though it's connected to your bank account, it's like a gate, like a third party. And a lot of things, I've had things where I bought something, for example, on Amazon, and I did not get the product or something like that, and PayPal actually reimbursed me for it because I used PayPal to pay for it. Now PayPal will do what they do on their end to make sure that if that company's not legit, you know, then they'll be flagged. So it's always good if, in Trini's case, it's gift cards. So that's Trini's PayPal is gift cards.
Well, one of the other scams that's going around mostly on social media, like Facebook and etc., is men with fake photos,
Oh
usually
yeah,
military or
yes.
or healthcare uniforms on, will go and send messages and friend requests to women, and
Hmm.
they'll start immediately by love bombing.
Yes, that's
And
a that's a big one.
trying to get these women. They figured that they're going to pick these women, certain types of women that are over a certain age, and they're going to target these women, and they're going to be able to clean out their bank accounts. And they always say that they're a surgeon doctor and that they are on a peacekeeping mission in Yemen. Well, Yemen has not had peacekeeping missions in a very, very long time. So, you can definitely, and if you look at their photo that they have on their profile very closely, their name does not match the name tag
Of
that's
the
on
person
their
that's in the
uniform.
picture, right?
And then on top of all of it, if you look at their name, you'll see that they have two first names, because most of the time those the name that they choose for a last name or a surname can also be a first name, like William. Instead of Williams, it's William, or um, and they'll have little subtle things like that on their profiles. So you have to be very careful with that. And plus, if you go and look at all their stuff on their Facebook, it's like they got graphics of flowers and beaches and stuff like that. It's like,
Mhm.
but they don't have a lot of pictures. And if you go and look in their photo albums, it's pictures that have been taken off of the internet. So if you take those pictures and you drop them into the image search on
Mhm.
Google,
Mhm.
it'll come up with somebody else entirely, and you can then pretty much assume that it's a stolen identity or an identity that's fictitious, and they're
Mhm.
just trying to get you to hand over your
The
entire life
inform-
savings.
Right.
Because eventually what they're going to do is they're going to say, I'm stuck here, and please send me money so I can come back. They say that they're in Texas, but they're in Yemen for a peacekeeping mission, and they're widowed, and their wife either died in a car accident or from cancer, and they've got a 13-year-old daughter, living in Europe somewhere in a boarding school. It's always the same damn story every single time. And I
Mhm.
love wasting their time. I love wasting their time. I'll just make up a I'll just make up a story and just keep going on and on and on and on about it. Like, I just got out of prison. I'm living in my parents' backyard in a camper, and
Yeah, can
and
you
they
send
won't
me some money?
and they won't let me in the house uh, because they don't want me in the house, so I have to pee in the bird bath. Honest to goodness, this really happens, and Timmy just laughs his butt off over these stories, and so then I'll start asking them for money. You
Right,
know,
right.
it's pretty hilarious. "Oh, well, what were you in prison for?" "Well, they couldn't find the body, but apparently my husband was went missing while we were on a fishing excursion. He fell off the boat, and they can't find the body. So they gave me uh, a new hearing, and they decided that I was exonerated after
Oh my
10
God.
years or 15 years or some stupid thing like that. It's pretty
Look,
funny.
look, the fact that they actually sit there and let you tell them all that lets you know they're serious. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
'Cause- See, you know what? Loop just said he won the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes.
Yes,
And that's kind of
$2.7
funny.
million
Has
dollars.
has anyone ever actually won the Publishers Clearinghouse? Because I've never seen an actual, like, real life winner. It's always some actor that is on TV. So
I,
see, scamming has been going on for a very long time.
Yeah, I've never won that, and don't know of anyone that has ever won that. So, it's just a scam to sell magazines. But
Yeah.
magazines these days are, have you ever noticed that when you go to Walmart or the grocery store, it's like the magazine aisle is like considerably smaller than it used to be. It's because they're all moving to digital. Um,
Hmm.
and now they're doing digital and print, but it's like I remember there used to be like 50 gazillion different, cooking magazines, but now it's like down to 25 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know. It's just kind of I'm just waiting for the day when magazines and newspapers just go all completely 100% digital.
I mean, it's there already. It's just that they still deliver them. Reds,
Yeah.
thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. Oh, he's trying to take my crown because I can't do nothing. Don't let me go into my own chat and take the crown from you, Reds. You- yeah. But it's funny you say that because there was this scam a long time ago, and I mean it's public, but I know it from a law enforcement background. And what they would do, if you guys are familiar with the lottery scamming, right? There's the lottery scamming is a big thing, especially in like my home country of Jamaica. It's been really big there, but it's not just there; it's all over the world. And what they would do they would essentially say, "Hey, you just won, $100 million, Jamaican dollars or whatever dollars, and we only need you to pay for the processing fee, which is $1.50, $1.50 US, and you give them your credit card information and they clean you out. And not only do they clean you out, um, what they do is they actually recruit you back into the scam itself. So when I say they clean you out completely. I mean, take all your money, you can't pay your mortgage, all this stuff. And what they'll do is they'll come back on the other end of it and say, "Hey, you know what? We want to make sure that you have somewhere to live. So we're going to pay your mortgage, but we're going to do the same thing to your neighbor next door. And all we need you to do is when your neighbor asks you, you just tell them it's legit." You know what I'm saying? So this is how deep they can get with with the scams. You know, um, so you really and truly have to be careful. Let me see. Betloop said there was an article about the winners that their payments were being stopped because they filed for. But yeah, so they're coming. And the crazy part is they were scamming, like as you said, CV, older people. Older people that are retired, that are not what do you call it, computer savvy. You know, maybe have Alzheimer's, or so they prey on those types of people as well, mostly.
Yeah.
You know, so it's sad that, I mean, it is the world we live in. And again, like I said, because we are content creators and we're on a platform that is through the internet. um See, you're getting scammed right now, Trini. See, Lynn scamming you on my name, under my name. Oh yeah, the one that cruise. There's so many scams out there. I mean, I feel like there's more scams out there than there is like legit, the stuff that's legit. You know.
Well, you also have to be careful with even the people that come knocking door to door, you know, trying to sell you products and services, and they don't have the credentials, and the businesses don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, well, if you pay us $25 right now, that will uh, we'll put you on the schedule for an in detail um, inspection of your roof or your windows, and we can give
Mm-hmm.
you a quote and da 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 da. Well, they're getting away with 25. If they do that to 15 people, how much money is that going to be?
Mm-hmm.
You
And not
know?
only that, you give them access to your house, right?
Yeah,
So they can look around and take photos. I mean, look at what we have now, right? We have the Ray-Ban glasses, right? Who's really and truly checking to see if someone's wearing Ray-Ban glasses that actually have cameras in it, right?
yeah,
So security is a serious thing, and that's one of the things. Like I said, I work in law enforcement, and we are now checking to make sure that when people come into our location, they're not wearing Ray-Ban glasses, or if they come into the courthouse, they're not wearing those meta glasses that you can record proceedings and stuff. So there's so much stuff. So think about it. Someone can come into your house. I mean, there are people that actually give Amazon access to their garages. I mean, that's crazy to me. And it's an app. I don't know if you know that you can do that with the Ring app, right? With the
Yeah.
Ring app, you can give your delivery person access to like certain parts of your house where they have access, where it'll open the garage door and they can drop your package and close the garage door. I
Right.
mean, that's crazy to think, right? As much
Well,
as, you know, I'm not talking any bad about, not Amazon, hook your boy up. I'm not talking bad about you. All right. So
well, you also got to keep in mind that there's also those other third-party delivery services where
right.
they don't actually work for Amazon; they're contractors.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, do they or do they not have access to the get into your home from
Mm,
that nonsense? I
right.
wouldn't trust it.
No, I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't.
trust that. Not at
I
all.
would, I would rather just have it left on the porch and let the porch pirates steal it, because
That's right.
at least I can sit,
They
I
can
can
have
call
it.
Amazon and say, "Hey, where's my package?"
Yep, I didn't get it. And they're just sending you another one. Yep. So look what Season says. Season said you have won something, but know nothing about it. You still go for it. Season, believe it or not, it happens more than you think. I mean, y'all won something from me. You didn't know about it.
Well,
Yes,
another great,
right? You
yeah.
didn't know if you're gonna get it, right?
Well, another great scam is Timu. You know, that
Oh
whole
my
thing with the
God.
spin to win sort of nonsense.
Oh my God.
And so
D-
you start loading up your cart like it tells you, and you give them your credit card, or you go and check out, and it's like, um, you end up getting charged for the products because one of the things that you chose is no longer available, and that's how they get you on that.
Absolutely. Devil Dog, I'm reading your comments, brother. I'm reading the comments. You guys are going fast, but I can't answer. I got Lynn over here hacking into y'all. No, I'm just joking. She's answering for me. But yeah, I'm here reading the comments. Trust me, I'm here. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. So, and I'm just gonna go through these quickly. If you give me a thumbs up in the chat, if you say yay or nay. All right. So I'm gonna go through these real quick. So have scams increased as creators started making real money? Yes or no? Thumbs up, thumbs down. I'll wait for like 5 thumbs up or 5 thumbs down, and I'll move on to the next question.
Can you repeat that question?
So it says, have scams increased as creators started making real money?
Oh,
Because remember, YouTube. Remember, you never used to make money off of YouTube before.
yeah. Well,
So
I'm gonna say yes and no.
okay.
And the reason why is because it's become more in the forefront because there's more content creators out there. So there's just more opportunity to go and scam people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think that it's made it more.
Like increased it.
Yeah,
Okay. All
but
right.
then again, who knows? Because it's like how many of us have received messages or in our comments sections, let alone emails. Good afternoon. I'm a CEO or SEO expert. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
noticed that
yeah.
your SEO scores are rather low, and you've got great content. And it's always the same damned canned response. It's like, um, and the question I always ask them is, "I'd like to see your references, please. Can you give me three professional references of people that you've helped with
Mm-hmm.
SEO optimization, so I can see just how just sorry, freaking idiots in their cars. That anyway, I wanna go and speak with those individuals to see how good you are. Oh no, I can't do that because information is confidential.
Right.
Well then, how the hell are you going to help me? Or better yet, because I'm a cooking channel, what do you know about culinary arts?
Right. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. So here's my other question. Should YouTube require security training before monetization?
Yes, absolutely.
What say you, chat? I agree. I'll ask the question again. Should YouTube require what is it? Security training before monetization? And honestly, I think not only just security training, but have you sign a what do you call it? What's that word I'm looking for? That document that says you acknowledge that you have taken this security training. Um, because then it gives you liability if you're not paying attention to the. I mean, they flag you for every little thing, you know. So I feel like security training. I don't. I feel like not enough people understand cybersecurity and have enough information on what to do in certain situations. And it's more about protecting you, the creator, than, I mean, of course, YouTube is protecting their brand, but you also have to protect yourself as well. At least know how to protect yourself. And like you said, there's a lot of content creators that just pick up a phone and all they do is create content, not thinking about the fact that they can go from 0 to 1 million in one instance and from 1 million to zero in another instance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, people can find out where you live very easily. You know.
So, and one of the things is like, sometimes creators are so hungry for brand deals that they ignore the red flags as well. You know, at the end of the day, they, I think it's a big thing now where so more people are looking for those brand deals. And like I said, you can, if you are, and that's your end goal, which it should be, because you want that residual income, right? That's what most uh celebrities and sports superstars and stuff, that's what they do. They create some of their generational wealth is created from brand deals. You know, when you quit the NFL, you don't make no more money from the NFL. You don't get a retirement check, So it's the same thing. Once you stop doing YouTube, you're not making no residual income. Once you're done, you're done, you know. So, but desperation makes people vulnerable, you know, and people just have to be patient. I mean, like I said, the money's there to be made, but if it's at the risk of you losing everything, um, then to me, it's not worth it, you know. So I'm gonna keep it at an hour and a half tonight. I'm trying to keep it down to an hour. I just wanted to say, as always, thanks to everybody that comes into the chat. Chef Civi, thank you for checking in and hanging out with me and, you know, keeping the conversation going. We didn't, give him too much banana tonight, but we always have time for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Because tomorrow it's like I'm going live, so it's like if you really need your banana fix, there it is.
double dog space. Hey, right? But look, I know I know who's up next. Devil Dog is usually have his live at 8 o'clock. Um, I'm still cooking. I got well, I'm not gonna tell you what I got, but I got some stuff that I'm working on outside. See Lynn shaking her head. There's food still cooking. But no, if you guys have learned something tonight from the chat, go ahead and drop a padlock in the chat if you've learned something from and there's so much more information out there. Um, you can, you can go. Devil Dog's got his tech talk tonight, so that might be something good for you to learn as well. But at the end of the day, security is important. You know, whether you're a content creator or just a regular average person that's out there that watches content, it's always good to pay attention to the little things because a lot of times that's how they get you. So don't let that careless click undo your years of discipline. Make sure you're protecting your brand, and you're for a lot of people, some people use their names on their channels, right? Like myself, your name is your brand, right? Your name is all you got. One of the things I can tell you this, we do it a lot. We try to patent things that we use on this channel. So Trini, stop use sample because it patented. Don't make me have to sue you, Trini. I'm just joking, man. But no, for real, it's patented for real. So we've actually all right, thanks Tim, I appreciate it. I know she's still listening. But at the end of the day, we again, branding, we have, as you can see with the music, a lot of people are claiming music and so forth. So it's the same thing. Somebody can essentially take your channel by rebranding it and patenting it. And if they patent it, you no longer own it. It might even be your name. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is protect your brand. Okay, go out there, have fun, enjoy what you do, but protect your brand. The Tiki Bar isn't just about vibes; it's about wisdom. Wisdom. So if you got some value out of this tonight, hi Emily. Yeah, if you got some value, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. I'll have some lock your bag, girls. Yeah, so if you're new here, hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button. And at the end of the day, stay blessed, take care of yourself. And like I said, look forward to some cookings. Trini, yes, I'm cooking pork, Trini. So make sure you not drop asleep tomorrow. Make sure you watch the premiere, okay? Yes.
It's not just pork.
It's not just pork, but there's pork in there. Matter of fact, you're the pork boss, so you're asking me about pork. You're supposed to be the pork boss. And you ain't cooked no pork in like 3 weeks. I'm unsubscribing from your channel, Trini. But no, I appreciate you all for checking into the Tiki Bar. As usual, it's always a good vibe, always fun. And we have some great conversation, Chef Civi, thanks again. Reds, thanks again for checking in and joining the panel. And hey, we will see you guys on the next Tiki Bar. Until next time, family.
Good night.
We will see you on the next one. What them say, love, peace, and hair grease.
Stop it.
Blessings.